All right, well, good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. I am pleased to call to order the January 5th, 2023 meeting of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. Note the presence of all three commissioners, and I am going to ask Ms. Kayleigh Silver to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'm going to begin with some opening comments this morning. Monday, January the 9th, is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. This is a day to show our support for the brave people who put their lives on the line to protect and serve our communities. Specifically, I want to recognize and thank the Montgomery County Sheriff and Sheriff's deputies, Montgomery County detectives, correctional officers, probation and parole officers, and county security for their work every day in service to Montgomery County residents. I also want to thank all the local police officials who are members of the 50 police departments throughout our county, as well as the members of the Pennsylvania State Police who patrol in Montgomery County for their service. I encourage anyone who's thinking of a law enforcement career to consider working for the county. We have many current openings and are actively hiring for many positions. To see a full list, you can visit montcopa.org/jobs. Next, I want to share some information about a series of no-cost lead remediation training and certification courses being offered to our businesses and residents. This series is part of the county's efforts to reduce the number of children poisoned by lead each year. This course teaches individuals how to properly eliminate lead paint hazards present in older homes. Through lectures and hands-on experience, participants will learn about lead contaminant and decontamination procedures, waste disposal, cleanup strategies, and clearance protocols. Montco employees are encouraged to register team members Montco employers are encouraged to register team members to increase their capacity to perform lead hazard control work. These free in-person classes will be held over 2 days at our Public Safety Training Campus in Conshohocken. Classes will be held on January 23rd and 24th, February 13th and 14th, February 21st and 22nd. Participants who pass the test after the training will have an opportunity to apply for the Pennsylvania Lead Worker Certification at no cost. This training is open to people working in construction in Montgomery County, people exploring this line of work, and others that might be doing construction or remodeling their own properties. The Montco PA Free Lead Worker Certification is sponsored by the Montgomery County Office of Housing and Community Development and the Office of Public Health, with grant funding from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development. To learn more or to sign up, visit montcopa.org/calendar for dates and more information. Finally, I have an update on our Small Business Grant Program. This program is designed to directly assist small businesses as they continue their recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. The program is funded by American Rescue Plan Act dollars. To date, our Recovery Office has received 140 applications for the Small Business Grant Program. This grant program provides funds to qualifying businesses in Montgomery County, which are either located in a qualifying community of Pottstown or Norristown, or can show a financial loss due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Businesses can qualify for up to $20,000 in funds, and again, these are grants that do not need to be repaid. The intention of the program is to support businesses that have been impacted by the pandemic and related economic challenges. The grant program is intended to ensure that businesses with less historic access to capital are supported, such as businesses owned by socially and economically disadvantaged groups. The Recovery Office seeks to allocate 60% of available funds to these groups. So far, 38 small businesses have been selected as grant award recipients. Applications are still being reviewed on a rolling basis, so we encourage additional businesses to apply. Please be aware that if you were not selected in the first round, you will be considered automatically for the next cycle, so there is no need to reapply. The public can access the application portal on our Recovery Office website at moncopa.org/recovery office. The Recovery Office will award up to $500,000 in grant funds to businesses every 30 days until all available funds are distributed. A total of $2.6 million is available. For application assistance, free help, no-cost help, is available by contacting the Pennsylvania Health Access Network at 610-750-8200 or by emailing montcota@pahealthaccess.org. And Kayleigh, I assume that information is on the website as well. Yeah, so you can get access to all of that information again at montcota.org/recovery office. And we really encourage folks to share this with your networks. And now we'll turn over to Commissioner Lawrence.
Okay, thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. As I've mentioned over the past few months, we've had holiday donation drives going on that our county departments have been running to help our citizens with some of their basic needs, such as food and clothing. So I want to thank our county departments and employees who have voluntarily jumped in and worked through the holidays to make sure people were fed, clothed, and had something under the tree. Our Montgomery County Office of Health and Human Services held several donation drives, and I want to give a special acknowledgement to Veronica Hillman, who's coordinated all of these efforts and has for several years now. Here's a summary of what was collected and how many residents we've been able to help. In its third year working with community partners, HHS distributed 373 Thanksgiving meal boxes, along with a total of $7,425 in gift cards for turkeys. The Winter Coat Drive brought in 783 new coats, six cases of new clothing, plus 250 individual pieces of clothing, 24 boots, 45 blankets, 12 cases of assorted toiletries, and an assortment of hats, scarves, gloves, socks, and underwear. The HHS Toy and Gift Drive brought in 4,000 items, including toys, balls, small electronics, personal care items, books, bikes, skateboards, and more. 50 cases of small toys, hair accessories, socks, gloves, 130 filled stockings, 398 Phillies items, go Phillies, 4 bins of books, and 250 toys, gifts, coats, items of clothing were purchased from the Amazon wish list. In addition, a total of $16,810 in gift cards were collected for 965 clients in the Office of Children and Youth, Veterans, and other HHS offices. In total, the HHS Program Office was able to help close to 3,000 clients in a number of ways through these donation drives. And other departments of the county, such as the Recorder of Deeds Office, the Prothonotari's Office, Adult Probation, and the Sheriff's Office also helped to collect personal items, toys, foods, and clothes. And of course, none of this would have been possible without the generosity of all the donors who participated. So on behalf of Montgomery County, I want to thank all of our citizens and employees involved for their time, effort, and generosity in helping others through difficult times. And there are still opportunities to give. You can visit www.montcopa.org/HHS donations for more information.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Really, really impressive.
Great numbers.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. We will next move on to public comments on matters appearing on the agenda. Mr. Stein?
Yes, thank you, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
All speakers should sign into the meeting sheet available in the back of the room or virtually as indicated by Ms. Co-Francisco. All speakers should come to the podium if they are physically able. Speakers should identify themselves by name and municipality. Those seeking to speak during the time set aside for public comments on items appearing on the agenda must state the specific agenda item which they wish to address. Those seeking to speak during the time set aside for general public comments must identify the subject matter that they wish to address. All public comments noted. State your initiative for objection.
Giuseppe Monticelli. Objection 1 is, look, we need more time. We need 5 minutes. Can't make a meaningful statement in 2 minutes. Second, been told that people that are joining us on Zoom can't see the people that are making comments. They should be able to see us, and that would be my objections.
Noted.
I second that.
Second laid upon the table for the motion.
All public comments must be relevant or germane to county business. Under the law, this means that the subject matter of all comments must be limited to items or issues which are currently before the Commissioners for consideration or which may come before the Commissioners for consideration at a future meeting. Please state the nature of your objection.
Pauline Braccio. That does not apply to the general, it only applies to the agenda items. We've gone through this before.
Noted. Thank you very much.
I second the objection made by Pauline Braccio.
Noted as well. Whether a matter is germane to county business is a determination to be made by the county solicitor. Time limit of 2 minutes will be monitored by county staff, and county staff will respectfully request speakers to conclude their comments if the speaker goes beyond the time allotted. The board is not required to respond to public comments during the course of the meeting, so the public is reminded this is not an opportunity for dialogue or questions and answers. The board chair may direct appropriate county staff to follow up on any questions or additional comments after the meeting. Disruptive behavior, including but not limited to yelling from the seats, arguing whether a matter is germane to county business once the solicitor has made a determination and such, or refusing to yield the floor once time has elapsed and being requested to sit down, shall be grounds for removal or muting from the meeting with further admonishment or warning.
Second the objection.
State the nature of your objection.
The Sunshine Law, the PA Sunshine Law, also states that when a person comments, their comment is supposed to be at least listed in the minutes. And there's supposed to be the way the person said it. And in this one, it says Pauline Braccio made an objection to letting David Morgan finish speaking. Well, no, I would never object to letting him finish. I was objecting to you, Josh Stein, interrupting him. So when you,
Ms. Braccio,
does Stacy do
your
the
issues
minutes?
with the minutes. You'll have to reserve that for public comment, period.
Well, it's violating the
Commissioners
Sunshine
always
Law.
welcome written correspondence, comments, and
Is that
feedback
what
at
you want?
commissioners@montcopa.org. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Stein. Ms. Co-Francisco?
Okay, we'll start with agenda item public comment. So first we have Pauline Braccio with agenda item comment on items J, K, and L.
I had to, Pauline Braccio, Townships Township, I had to put JK and L because since we are to speak before these are read to us, I don't know which ones are highest rated or lowest responsible bidder. And I'm very still concerned why you went from lowest responsible bidder to highest rated, because I don't believe that there's that many experts in the county who can actually rate these companies. I think there has to be another way. Barbara O'Malley did explain it to me, but I want more definition, and I'd like to see it in action at some point if that is possible to set that up. So, yeah, I don't get the highest rated. To me, it sounds like the person who's going to bid the most so you could get a bigger kickback. I mean, it really does sound that suspicious. So I think you ought to revise that, say it a different way, do it a different way, because it does sound suspicious, and I don't know how much money you're putting in your pocket. You know, especially with this super center over here, the Justice Center, that they're going awfully, to me, it seems like they're going slow. You've already paid, what, $232 million? And I don't know how many floors it's going to be. I would like to see a blueprint. I want to see the actual, I don't want to see an artist rendering, because that's imaginary. I want to see the actual layout of the building for each floor and how many floors there will be. You know, and then I understand that the historic courthouse is going to be revamped or whatever you want to call it. I'm losing my words right now. But if you're going to do that, why wouldn't you do that first? And then see if you actually needed another building, because you don't really need another building. And, if, you know, I remember Del Ritchie complaining about mold. I've been through the courthouse. I didn't see a speck of mold. So somebody could show that to me. Thank you.
Next, please.
Next we have Giuseppe Monticelli for agenda item comment on items G3 and J1.
Giuseppe Monticelli, Springfield, and Conshohocken. G3 here, we have the commissioner's appointment to the prisoner board inspectors. I would hope, commissioners, that you would go ahead and appoint qualified candidates, perhaps maybe even a citizen or two onto that board, instead of just medical doctors and people that have credentials and in medical field. It would be nice to have at least a person, maybe even who is a ex-convicted person who has rehabilitated themselves to be on that board. Someone who maybe even is a retired corrections officer. It'd be nice to get their point of view of things, instead of taking, whoever comes along down the way and saying, pickpocketing out of you and saying, hey, yo, I give you 1,000, put me on the board. I give you such and such money. That's what it seems like to me here. I want to talk about J1. You got a contract award, assets and infrastructure. It's going to be some garage doors here. $31,000. What type of garage door you're getting for $31,000? Are we talking about some Sallyport garage doors that have to be bulletproof here? And it would be nice for Miss O'Malley if you can go ahead and get information to her ahead of time, and maybe it could be put out on the website before she reads it off. It would be nice to get details. I've told that many times before, of ahead of time of what we have here. I yield the floor to you, madam.
Next, please.
Next, we have David Morgan, who has agenda item comment on K1, 2, and 3.
David Morgan from Ambler. I'm on the K1 municipal permit fees of $1.5 million. The $1.5 million cost for municipal fees seems way too high for taxpayers. How could it be so much to check on construction and approve paperwork? Is this spending for the county campus, for the Justice Center? Agenda items should be dedicated to specific projects so the public can comment precisely about them. Minutes, the comment could be as the items are explained. So minutes in the past have stated no public comment, as if there was an opportunity for public comment along these lines. So as commissioners, consider when we should come in for the public comment when we're more informed. Agenda items K and 2 and 3 are for the OMP, which is the One Montgomery Plaza here, an earlier part of the county campus spending. So is J1, $31,000 for the OMP doors, as mentioned. Every county campus cost should be found directly by a simple link from the front page of the website. Taxpayers that speak with me say they're not pleased with the latest tax hike of 8%, following hikes of 5% in 2021, 8% in 2022. You should thoroughly announce and hold town halls at each campus of community college to explain the costs that have caused these tax increases. There's a limit to chains of property tax increases with consequent hikes in rent that our residents can afford. Businesses may relocate if more taxes are demanded, and if their employees cannot easily live in our county. Input in the 2050 goals should vigorously promote spending within our means to help citizens dealing with inflation and to retain our local businesses. I mentioned this about the link front page of the website because trying to find the finance section, the ongoing costs, and trying to see where our money is going is really, I think, something that should be easy for us, not having an open records request, something really simple.
Next, please.
Okay, we will move on to general public comment. So we'll start with the people in the room again. We have Pauline Braccio.
Pauline Braccio, Townships Township. It was brought to my attention, there's a video on YouTube about PennDOT, when somebody changes their address on their license, their driver's license, that PennDOT is actually changing voter registration parties. And I saw that when at the primary, somebody came in and I said, well, you can't vote because you're not in the book. And she said, I'm a Republican. And then I had to call in here and they said, oh, she's listed as an independent, so she could not vote in the primary. And she thought about it because the only thing I've done is, because she recently moved here, is I changed my address on my license. So this video tells about how PennDOT does that. So when you're looking at the voter rolls, you're not looking at what is real. There are people who are being removed who should not be. There are people who are being left on who should be taken off. It's a mess. And I know that Dory Sawyer comes up here and she gives all this long explanation. One time it was a half hour. And I know that she feels offended However, this is the stuff that's going on. And another thing with PennDOT, I don't know how PennDOT got so involved in politics, but that $5 registration fee, which is collected by PennDOT and then funneled to the county, what have they got to do with that? I mean, that's basically laundering money. Oh, you're not giving it to the county, you're paying PennDOT, and you can't get your registration unless you pay that $5. So you're laundering money, and that's actually another tax. So you're giving yourself a 12% raise, you're increasing income tax property tax to the people for 8%. That's a 20% disparity. You know, do you do math? You know, I don't understand how you can get away with this, but no matter what anybody says, you do what you want. Again, you're supposed to be working for us. I would love to be commissioner. This is election year, you know, and I'm thinking, well, why don't I just put my hat in the ring? At least I come up here and I speak the truth, and I'm not a criminal like the rapist over here. Thank you.
Next, we have Giuseppe Monticelli for general public comment.
Giuseppe Monticelli, Springfield and Conshohocken. I want to talk about the PennDOT thing. It comes from Southeastern PA Community Watch on YouTube. It's a recent video that was uploaded, I believe, on the 28th of December. You know, the guy comes up here, he simply talks to her clerk at the voter services, and he's like, yo, I withdrew my name out of the book 8 years ago, but I just recently renewed my driver's license. Could that have something to do with it? So she takes the confirmation ballot in the back, and she looks, sure enough, PennDOT sends over new updated information. Oh, well, it looks like you were inactive in the system, so the system just reactivated you. And it's like, well, hold on for a second. I filled out the withdrawal form. I shouldn't even be in the system. So how did it reactivate me? So that can't be happening. Madam Chair talks about how the county doesn't have a county police force, and how there's county security only, and really they only do like civil type of processes and that type of thing, but there's no county police force. Okay, well, that's so true. Why is it that unit number 40 and 41 are patrolling around in Springfield Township, specifically North Hills Country Club, in the parking lot for hours on end? I don't see any prisoner in the back. Just beats me what's going on there. It really does, when we aren't supposed to have a county police force. I understand they have jurisdiction. I understand they might be in the area, but when you have the same vehicle unit number in that parking lot over and over, something gets a little suspicious with time. And that's what I would say with that. And I would hope with the Justice Center that we get to see a detailed drawing from an architect on that. Thank you.
Next, please.
Next, we have David Morgan for general public comment.
My topic today is adoption. This year, I would like to see in our county a renewed effort.
Mr. Morgan, the county has limited involvement with adoption, so I'll just ask you.
My clock's running while you're talking.
Ms. Francisco, can I just ask you just for this one moment? I just want to be clear, as we've stated with these rules, you are required to keep the comments related to matters related to county business, items that are issues that might appear on the agenda.
You'll see.
All right,
Now,
thank you.
this is
That's all.
general. I'm sorry, David. This is general. Are you confused, Josh?
All right.
You'll see.
All right, thank you.
Is my time going to go backwards to
Why
restore?
don't you go ahead, get started, and then she'll start the clock after a second or so.
A renewed effort. I personally have seen the joy of adoption that brings to a child as well as his parents. In your 2017 October 19th meeting, of all the commissioners who were here, you were involved in the announcement of November as National Adoption Month. At that time, Justice Cheryl Austin and Agency Administrator Lori O'Connor spoke and were awarded a proclamation with other agency leaders. In that year, 581 children were adopted in what was described as happy events. 4 years later, there was a mention of a National Adoption Day in the November 18th, 2021 meeting with 137 children adopted, but not in 2022. Although we've had a marvelous program in the county called Montgomery Mamas to help improve Black birth outcomes, that also was not featured by this board in 2022. There was an election season that included a grim promotion of abortion of the unborn children. I grieve for them.
Amen.
Jesus did not focus on taking life, but in his creative way, he said he is the life. And we should consider the least of these. Let's have a change of course in 2023. Successful birth outcomes in Montco Mamas and National Adoption Month, recognition and support are the life-affirming ways to go. This year of 2023, let's do more for the mamas and the papas and, of course, the children. You could place a link for adoption by the Office of Children and Youth on the front page of the website so we can encourage a growth in adoption happiness.
Okay, we'll move to our virtual participants. Kim Henderson, you can now unmute.
Thank you, Kelly. Good morning. My name's Kim Henderson, and I am with East Norriton. I just wanted to wish everyone a happy new year. Can you hear me? Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Just wanted to wish everyone a happy new year. I want to thank everyone for the opportunity to make public comments. And for those of us who are working at 10 a.m. on Thursdays on a regular basis, that we can have the opportunity to at least try to come on to the virtual comment. So I definitely appreciate that opportunity. And for everyone in the room who are making public comments, I thank you so much for speaking for We the People and for bringing all of the concerns that we have to the commissioners. And I'm going to also take this time in this new year to just offer a prayer. So, dear God, we ask that you please bless our commissioners, that they make decisions for the county in your name, and representing all of the people. We ask that you bless all of our first responders, Lord, our sheriffs, our police, our firemen, that you keep them safe in this year as we go forward. We ask that all of the county employees make decisions that represent we the people and your name, Lord, and that the money that is being spent is in fact being spent in the best way possible for the highest and best use of everyone in the county, and in doing all good things in your name, Lord. And so I just wanted to thank you and also say amen. Thank you so much, Lord. But I thank you all, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful new year and that our county grows and represents all people in the best possible way. Thank you so much.
Next we have Carol Johnson. You can
There we go.
unmute. Again, it might be Karen if that's misspelled. Okay, it looks like you're unmuted there. We're not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Carell Johnson, and I'm the Vice President of the Boys to Men Empowerment Youth Mentor Program in Norristown. And I just wanted to personally thank commissioners for supporting Boys to Men Empowerment so that we continue to help our youth in Norristown stay out of trouble. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate your help.
Thank you, and thank you for your work.
Okay, that concludes our public comment.
All right, we will move on to approval of the minutes. I will move to approve the December 15th, 2022 minutes of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Mr. France, we have a resolution for a planning assistance contract for East Greenville.
Good morning, Commissioners, and Happy New Year. This morning we have 3 contract renewals for our popular Community Planning Assistance Program, and it's the right time of the year where we see a lot of these. These contracts all expired on December 31st, 2022, and they will be renewed for a 3-year term through December 31st of 2025, beginning January 1st of this year. The 3 communities are, starting with East Greenville Borough. The work involved for them includes contracting to complete their Main Street design guidelines, provide grant writing support, and provide general flexible assistance as needed. That contract is a total of $47,586, of which 50% is attributable to the municipality in an amount of $23,793. West Norriton Township is also being proposed for renewal. They requested that we complete a comprehensive plan revision, and that includes plan implementation such as zoning and subdivision ordinance requests and updates, along with parks and recreation planning and general services. The contract amount for West Norriton would be a total of $103,824, with the municipal share being $51,912. And finally, Douglas Township is asking us to complete an audit and update of their zoning code, grant writing assistance, as well as the Main Street revitalization plan. And that contract will be in the amount of a total of $77,868, with the municipal share being $38,934. And a resolution to approve these contracts is before you.
Thank you. I will move that the Montgomery County Commissioners hereby approve the contracts for municipal planning assistance outlined by Director of Planning, Mr. Scott France, and that the proper county officials are hereby authorized and directed to execute the same. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Just one question, Mr. France. Do you know off the top of your head how many municipalities we're up to at this point?
We are presently at 35.
Oh, that's great.
Kind of fluctuates between 35 and 36, plus we have 4 regional planning groups, which are
That's
separate
great.
contracts.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Good. Okay, if there's no other comments, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Ms. Silver, with approval of amendments to the 2019 Annual Action Plan. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners and staff, and Happy New Year. I'm here today because back in November, the County of Montgomery proposed to amend its 2019 Annual Action Plan in order to revise the Community Development Block Grant CARES Act funding, or CDBG-CV funding, for previously approved projects. In the 2019 Annual Action Plan, we received $5,467,274 to incorporate the award of CDBG-CV funds, which included homelessness services, public services, and infrastructure work. An amendment of the Annual Action Plan is necessary because under the county's Citizen Participation Plan, a decision to make changes in the use of these funds from one eligible activity to another is needed. The county now proposes to amend the 2019 Annual Action Plan in order to reallocate $200,000 of that money in CDBG-CV funding, which was designated for permanent housing, to support Youth Street Outreach, an existing project to verify, support, and engage and help connect homeless youth during or due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I want to reiterate that this funding is just moving around some dollars. We have other dollars. We have over $10 million coming in for more development of affordable housing. Back in November, a resolution was done to obtain the views of residents, publish this proposal, and get input from public agencies and other interested parties. We put the substantial amendment on public display from November 23rd to December 23rd, and we held a virtual public hearing held on December 7th. All public comments were accepted, and all public comments were in favor of this amendment. And today's resolution will finalize the proposed change.
Thank you. I will move that the proper county officials, in accordance with the authority conferred by law, subject to the approval of the county solicitor, hereby authorize the amendment to the 2019 Annual Action Plan, including the attached list of proposed activities for funding under the CDBG-CV3 program, and formally recommend the plan to the participating municipalities and nonprofits within the county of Montgomery County, and to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development as listed in the exhibit attached hereto. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have a Commissioner's appointment to the Prison Board of Inspectors. I will move to appoint Mr. Gary Hendler to the Montgomery County Prison Board of Inspectors for a term that will begin immediately and will expire on January 5th, 2026, serving at the pleasure of the County Commissioners and in accordance with the current duly adopted bylaws. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. I will take a moment just to address one of the public comments earlier. Our Prison Board of Inspectors is a board where the commissioners appoint about half the members and the courts appoint the other half. And to the point raised, members, as was described as suggested members, are included on that board. There are individuals in recovery, there are formerly incarcerated individual, there are individuals who have worked at our own correctional facility on that board, and we feel that it's a very good representation of our community on that board. Any other public comment? Or, I'm sorry, board comment? No? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes?
I'm a negative vote.
Okay. Motion carries 2-1. Next, we have a commissioner's reappointments to the Mental Health, Developmental, Disabilities, and Early Intervention Board. I will move to reappoint Lauren Hughes, Ruth Landsman, Janice Ness, Luna Dana Brandt to the Montgomery County Mental Health, Developmental Disabilities, and Early Intervention Board to serve terms that begin immediately and expire on January 5th, 2026, and to serve at the pleasure of the County Commissioners and in accordance with the Mental Health and Intellectual Disability of 1996 and the current duly adopted bylaws. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, Ms. Calder for the personnel report.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You should have in front of you the final copy of the Commissioners Department's personnel list. It is a 3-page document dated Wednesday, January 5th, 2023, with a timestamp of 9:00 a.m. All positions have been reviewed and accounted for and are presented for consideration.
Thank you. I move to approve the January 5th, 2023 personnel presentation as given by First Assistant County Solicitor Ms. Maureen Calder, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Ms. O'Malley, advertisements of bids and RFPs.
Yes. First, we have an RFP on behalf of Health and Human Services for visitation coaching for the Office of Children and Youth. The successful responder will provide visitation coaching services to families whose children are placed in out-of-home care with the permanency goal of reunification. Contract will be awarded to the highest rated responder. 2, RFP on behalf of Health and Human Services for justice-related services for the Office of Mental Health. The successful responder will provide justice services to individuals that experience serious mental illness and are involved in the criminal justice system. Contract will be awarded to the highest rated responder. 3, an RFP on behalf of Health and Human Services for Your Way Home call center services. The successful responder will provide Your Way Home coordinated entry system call center operations. Contract will be awarded to the highest rated responder. All RFPs and bids are available on the county's purchasing website at www.montcopa.org/purchasing.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding request for the advertisement of RFPs as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, awards of contract for the county.
1, contract award assets and infrastructure, 1 Montgomery Plaza, garage doors, rust wheel and doors of Ben Salem, PA, $31,500. Contract provides for the removal and installation of 2 new doors for the 1 Montgomery Plaza garage. Specification 6492 was viewed by 18 firms with 2 responding. Contract is awarded to the lowest responsible bidder. 2, contract award, Information and Technology Solutions, Vovionics Document Solutions of Hackettstown, New Jersey, $38,763. Contract provides for archives digitization services. Contract is for a 1-year term beginning December 2022. Services are available through the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey Cooperative Contract. 3, contract award, Planning Commission, Household Hazardous Waste Collection, MXI Environmental Services LLC of Abington, Virginia, $500,000. Contract provides household hazardous waste collection events throughout the county per the proposed cost schedule. Contract renewal is for the period of 1/1/2023 through 12/31/2023. Services are available through a PA Department of Agricultural contract. 4, contract award, supervision services, drug and alcohol mental health evaluations, and treatment services, Resources for Human Development Incorporated of Philadelphia, PA, $535,670. Contract provides for evaluations, referrals, and consultations for criminal justice clients. RFP 2260 was viewed by 29 providers with 2 responses received. Contract is awarded to the highest rated responder. Contract is for a period of 2 years with 2 optional annual renewal terms. 5, contract renewal, information and technology solutions, human resources employee management software, NeoGov of El Segundo, California, $27,807. Contract provides for a web-based human resources software program as per RFP 2038. Program includes a training portal for employee development, performance and talent management, and an applicant tracking system. This is the first of 2 annual renewal terms. 6, contract renewal, human resources, retirement plan consultant, Lincoln Financial Group of Radnor, PA, $240,000. Contract provides for the management of the county's 457 retirement plan as per RFP 1517. Renewal is for the 2023 to 2025 term. 7, contract amendment, Planning Commission, supplemental reimbursement agreement for flood wall construction, $277,130.62. Original contract between James and Francine Spence, 6007 West Valley Green Road, and Montgomery County provides for the county's additional portion of the costs of the construction of a flood wall and related work on the Spence property. Amendment provides for final required scope to complete project. Construction of access road, repair of water line, additional wall height due to Hurricane Ida, additional excavation and paving, relocation of 850-gallon propane tank, and increased material costs. 8, contract amendment finance, Widow Bryant's, Washington, D.C., no cost. Original contract provides for emergency management consultation and advisory services for federal cost recovery reimbursement relating to the COVID-19 emergency. Amendment provides for a no-cost time extension of the contract through 3/31/2023 for final closeout and audit support. 9, there is 1 contract renewal and 3 amendments for health and human services. Providers and services are listed at the end of the agenda and in the back of the room.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding awards of contract as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, we have awards of contract for assets and infrastructure.
Yes. 1, municipal permit fees, Norristown Borough of Norristown, PA, $1,514,001.98. Payment of required fees for construction, electrical, mechanical, and plumbing permit fees for the Justice Center project. 2, contract amendment, mechanical construction services, 1 Montgomery Plaza, Guy M. Cooper Incorporated of Willow Grove, PA, $2,839. Original contract provides for mechanical services for the construction of a new electrical infrastructure system in 1 Montgomery Plaza. Amendment provides for final ductwork revisions for the project. 3, contract amendment, fire protection services, 1 Montgomery Plaza, Guy M. Cooper Incorporated of Willow Grove, PA, $7,369. Original contract provides for fire protection services for the construction of the new electrical infrastructure system in 1 Montgomery Plaza. Amendment provides for the county requested replacement of newly discovered broken valves and costs for the retesting of the fire pump and after connection to the new electrical system.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding awards of contract as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes?
I'm a negative vote.
Okay. Motion carries 2-1. Next, we have awards of contract for the Southeast Pennsylvania Regional Task Force.
Yes. 1, contract award, vehicle, Whitmore Auto Group of Mount Joy, PA, $53,100. Contract provides for a 2023 Ford F-250 truck for use by Delaware County Emergency Services. Vehicle is available through a PA CoStarz contract. 2, contract renewal, software, ESI Acquisition Incorporated of Atlanta, Georgia, $142,479.50. Contract provides for the renewal of the Web EOC software for the regional counties. Web EOC provides real-time information sharing of operational details from various government and public safety groups in response to an imminent threat, emergency, or disaster. Software is proprietary.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding awards of contract on behalf on behalf of the Southeast Pennsylvania Regional Task Force as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Any closing commissioner comments? Okay. Then I will announce that the next meeting of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners will be on January 19th, 2023. And I will move to adjourn the January 5th, 2023 meeting of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any comment? Hearing none, move to a vote. Any negative vote? Meeting is adjourned, and we'll move to salary board. Good morning to our Controller Sanchez. Happy New Year. And we will convene salary board. Ms. Co-Francisco, is there any public comment on salary board? No? Okay. Then Ms. Calder.
Good morning, members of Salary Board. You should have in front of you the final copy of the Salary Board list. It is a 4-page document dated Wednesday, January 4th, 2023, with a timestamp of 11 a.m. Of note, we have 4 employees retiring. Kathleen Candelor from the Commerce Department after 17 years. Denise Neuschwander from Housing and Community Development after 36 years. Marianne Claypotch from the Office of Public Health after 20 years. And George Saurman from Voter Services after 38 years. All positions have been reviewed and accounted for and are presented for Salary Board consideration.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the January 5th, 2023 Salary Board presentation as given by First Assistant County Solicitor Maureen Calder, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same?
So moved.
Moved by Controller Sanchez.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. And I know Ms. Silver is here to speak on behalf of Ms. Neuschwander after 36 years, right, with the Department of Community Development, Housing and Community Development. Good morning again.
Good morning again, and hello everyone to the Salary Board. I am honored and humbled to be up here speaking about Denise Neuschwander's time here at the county. I've decided, I usually plan out all my remarks every time I'm in this room, but I decided to speak more from the heart because that's what Denise would do. Denise is a incredibly passionate person, and she is passionate about one of the most central values of our office, which is the right to affordable housing. She is an expert in the area of funding, building, and partnering with those to supply more affordable housing in our communities. In her 36 and a half years, she started in 1986, she has, under her leadership, helped develop more than 1,300 units of affordable rental housing and affordable home ownership. We are third in all of Pennsylvania for the number of units we have invested in federally through our HUD Home Partnerships Investment Program, and that really is thanks to her. She has incredible knowledge in the HUD programs, but again, I think what most sets her apart is her passion and commitment to this. She will be dearly, dearly missed. And it would be remiss of me not to also mention that on a personal level, she helped start and lead the Montgomery County Choir, which is a huge, huge honor, and just I've only known her for about 6 years, and in that time she has offered me so much wisdom and support, and we're just really grateful for her time. Sad to see her go, but happy to see her start this next chapter.
Thank you. It's wonderful. And I concur with everything that you just said. She's terrific. Ms. Sawyer, you are here to speak on behalf of George Saurman after 38 years with Voter
38
Services.
years.
Happy New Year.
I'm sure most of you know George from your time and either helping out at the Voter Services Warehouse or just popping in to see how election prep is going. But George, as many of you, anybody who has met him, has been the human equivalent of operational Google in our department since 1984. He can answer pretty much any question that starts, hey, do you remember what year with ease, and usually answers in the form of a pun. George has shown an unparalleled level of dedication to the voters of Montgomery County. George has learned the ins and outs of at least 3 voting systems, helped administer 38 primary elections, 38 general elections, untold special elections, and seen Montgomery County grow from 355 voting districts to 426. In 1984, 282,000 people voted for president, compared to over 511,000 in 2020. George has seen it all, supported it all, and led the operations through it all. George is certainly one of a kind, and our team feels lucky to have worked alongside him, learned with him, and laughed with him over the years. We wish him nothing but the best as he finishes his book, inventories his famous coin collection, and spends time with his dear wife, Carla.
That's really great. Thank you. Mr. Soltesiak, did you want to say a few words?
Just a quick word to congratulate both Denise and George. And a particular note about George, I actually forgot he was writing a book. I was hoping he'd still be at the payroll when he finished it, so we had a chance to sort of preview the book. I guess not. Yeah, on elections, obviously, there's thousands of people, and some of them are in this room, who help make election days happen twice a year, and there are dozens and dozens of county employees who are working to make the elections successful every year. And no matter if we're electing a president or a poll worker, it's always the same amount of work, and it has to be done the right way, every detail, every time. And George has done that quiet work for 38 years, and so we will miss him, and we thank him for his work. Thank you.
Great, thank you. You know, we talk a lot about kind of the unsung heroes here in the county, and I think you just heard about two of them today, as well as our other retirees. There are so many people that work behind the scenes on behalf of this community every single day, and we are grateful for every single one of them and thank them for their service. And for this current group of retirees, we wish you a very long and very happy retirement. And with that, I will ask if there is a motion to adjourn the January 5th, 2023 meeting of the Montgomery County Salary Board.
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence.
Second.
Second by Controller Sanchez. Any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative votes? Hearing none, meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.